Let's do it live. Hello, everybody. This is Brown. What's the date? It is Wednesday, July the 2nd, 2025. I am Brown and hairy testicles. 1, 2, 3. Hope everybody's doing well. Yes, I can smell fish. Shall we get the testicles on? Yes, let's do this. Okay, so first up, he is the jester from Leicester. It's the Star Wars novelist. It is Emperor Retold.
Oh, hello, Brown. How are we doing?
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right, actually. Thank you very much. Yes, looking forward to the final act of this movie, if we can possibly squeeze it in.
I think we will do this tonight.
I've just got to say, that is one of the laziest Photoshop cutouts of Roy Scheider I've ever seen in my entire life on your thumbnail for this video.
Sorry, mate.
It is so rough. AI could have done a better job than that.
There were no decent high-res images of best I could get. But anyway,
just throw it all together and hope for the best, Brown. That's the best way to go. Just do it.
Anyway, I built this channel now. Anyway, so you well, yes?
Yes, good enough. Good enough.
Shall we get the next peep on?
Do it.
Okay, let's see who we've got. Okay, north of the border, he does a lot behind the scenes, which I appreciate. It is Melvin Stepfin.
Steepfin. That's a good name for like a character from Harry Potter or something, isn't it?
Shouldn't it be double-barreled with a hyphen? Steepfin.
That's way too posh for Scotland, Brown. I've got to get some things off my chest here. I've got to get some things off my chest. I complained about the thumbnail last week.
No, I know. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
But you only care about yourself.
Somebody's got to. I may update the thumbnails afterwards a little bit. As in put part 1, part 2,
the
part 3.
damage is done. I'm traumatized.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
I'm done for now. I don't know if I'm ever going to recover. I feel
you will, because you're a big boy.
I feel empty.
Are you an empty vessel?
I don't know what that means, but okay. There's a money in it.
Probably not. Not at the moment, but if you play your cards right, son. Melvin, it's great to have you on, mate.
Indeedy. Who we got next then? Somebody good, I hope.
Okay. Mr. Brownline's private chat. Stop mentioning the shitty thumbnail retrobates. You can tell somebody's cocking around in the background, can't you, everybody? Okay. This is a tough choice. 2 quality guests incoming. What do you think? Not a lot, obviously. Okay. From south of the southern hemisphere, I do believe he is in winter now, the season of winter. It is all the way from Australia, the wonderful, see what I did there? The wonderful Echo Chamberlain. All right.
So I wrecked an institution, left it dead. 'Cause the power Kathy gave went to my head. Step out of line, she'll send you to your doom. Stand up and make it a disgrace. Take the smile from off your face. 'Cause we don't get to have nice things anymore. And so, Kathy, you're lame. We know it's too late as the franchise has died. My trilogy slides away. But don't be mad at Kathy. Don't be mad at Kathy. She's lame and gay. Hello, man, ladies. How are you all today?
Wow.
Can you say all that again, Echo? I think you were on mute.
No, it's all good to see you on this rainy, dull, miserable New Zealand day.
It's rainy here as well.
The chat were asking for a duet in this style of Riders in the whatever, something storm.
I don't know.
Dolly
maybe
Parton, Ruin.
yeah, that could be good.
Yeah,
Anyway, let's do this.
95.
Let's do this dumb shark film.
Okay. Echo, a genuine delight to have you on, mate.
Oh, cheers, mate. Yeah, it's been a little while, but thought I'd drop in for the third installment of the
Good
Jaws
lad.
film.
Good lad. Can you hear the shelf building?
Yeah, it's become part of the background aesthetic of the Brown Alliance.
We've got to have it at some point of the video, bro.
Yeah, but it's baby elephants building
Oh,
shelves.
you can get some adult ones in if you want.
Plenty of them in this country.
On that bombshell, let's get the next guest on. There is another.
Yeah, why are you always picking on Haley Atwell, Swappers?
Yes, Swappers. Okay. There is another one, but there is another one later. But here we go, folks.
Dum dum da dum. Dum dum da dum dum.
Wait, who's this imposter?
I got haters, they're multiplying, and Kathy's losing control of the franchise we're destroying. It's electrifying. Give me the trilogy I want. Give me the trilogy I want. Ooh, 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 Kathy, the trilogy I want. Give me the trilogy I want. Give me what I need. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, there we go, man, babies. Bit of grease lightning for you old fuckers. And Brown, I
nice
do
little...
think you insist every guest ends with a song from now on. I think Echo has now set the standard.
I was just thinking that I think that is genuinely, I think that is the way to go from now on. A guest has got to sing a song upon entry, or they're not coming in.
He's not getting on tonight without a song. I'm telling you, I'll just kick him straight out. So we know he likes a song.
He wrote, She Drives Me Crazy and Good Thing. He can just rehash one of those. He'll be fine.
Echo, by the way, absolutely fantastic. Good to see you getting on board with the old Ruin train. And next thing you know, you'll be shilling for The Last Jedi. It's all started. But we absolutely should do a duet, Echo. And,
maybe something on More Than Words.
I'll produce it.
Yeah. Echo could be Kenny Rogers. I'll get the old Dolly Partons out. It could be fun. Yeah. or shall we go Rolf Harris and
Gary Glitter?
Gary Glitter,
yeah. Echo could be Rolf Harris. That'd be the double insult.
Yeah, that's a lot of insults piled on top of each other.
Anyway.
Well, as Sword in the Storm would say, get on with it.
Oh, Sword, come on. You don't get this on Nerdrotic. Come on, man.
No. Brownies give us explicit instructions to make this drag out for another 3 weeks. So,
did I?
No,
okay.
We've got to take our time.
We will be expecting Grump in a bit. So, shall we get on with it?
Yeah, go on. You do your shit, and I'll start doing my shit, and then we'll all do our shit together.
Okay, boomerang already. Come on, StreamYards.
All shit together, like women going to the toilet.
There you go.
Well, shit, look at that thumbnail.
Jaws at 50. I
will
alter the thumbnail later. Please like, share, subscribe. Still losing subs. And there is another one. Should we get him on?
Is it a race to minus $1 million, Brown?
I think I'm pretty much on the way there, mate. It's going to happen, yes.
Wait, but Brownie, wait. Before we get him on, because we know he's a bit reluctant to do it, we have to give him a barbershop quartet style backing. What can we do? Let's give him something easy. Come on, Echo, you're up on the old music. What would he do? What about Bohemian Rhapsody?
That's way too elaborate.
Have Have you ever met Mega Geek, Rune? How do you think that will go?
He's always seemed such a chirpy chap.
They're all going here. They're all going Mr. Sandman.
Oh,
Oh, that's the one. You ready then? You ready, Melvin? I need you on the bass notes. Echo, you're on the falsetto. Me and Brown, he'll slot in the middle. Are you ready? One,
Okay.
two,
Tambourine.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, 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 bum. Mega Geek.
Go! Bunch of idiots. That's what you guys are.
Give me a dream. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, right.
Bum, bum, bum.
I'm here.
Bum, 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 bum. All right, Ian.
He's here.
Yeah,
Bum, bum, bum. He's here. Da-da. Chorus. Mega Geek. Bum, bum, bum. Sandman. Bum, 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 bum.
You know I can't sing.
You can't direct, but it's never stopped you.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Ow.
Oh dear. Oh
Sorry,
dear.
I couldn't resist it.
this is definitely going
well.
well, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Fix that one in the edits for him.
I'll
Good to have you
throw it
on,
in.
Mega
Take it
Geek,
in.
anyway.
Yeah, it's good to be on.
We started strong.
It wouldn't be the same without you, Ian. Shall we get on with this?
Yeah, might as well. Hello,
Okay, let's
Echo.
Very good, mate. I was just thinking we could do that Oasis song. Do you know what I mean? Because that's like kind of one of your catchphrases, and you could just like speak it over the top of while we sing it. You know?
Oh, yeah.
It's Pick on Ian Day, is it? That's what it is.
No, don't worry, they'll pick it on me before we came on.
How were they?
Should we get on with this then?
Yeah, get on with it.
Yeah, let's
Okay, please like, share, subscribe, subs, whatever. Yes. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay. Jaws poster. Echo, you're the new person. First time you ever
What?
saw this movie?
First time I saw this movie, it would have been when I was a little kid, and it terrified me. It would have been sometime in the late 80s, maybe, something like that. And yeah, watching with my brothers, I think. And I just remember that anything to do with water was just totally verboten from then on for about 2 weeks. I couldn't take a shower. It was strange because the idea of being water was just terrifying. Like the shark might erupt out of the plug hole or something. Strange.
How old were you?
I don't know. It must have been. I can't remember my age. I just remember the terrified vibe of the thing. But yeah.
Okay. Shall we get on with it then, Roo?
Well, you got to do the official disclaimers and stuff.
Everything went quiet. I don't know what was going on. Can you hear me
Act
okay?
3. Yes.
Yeah, okay, right, let's get into hang on, Brown. See, you're rushing through it already. Rewind
sorry, mate.
back. We need to do the Sandman song properly, start to finish. You're all ready now? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. No, I'm only joking. We do need to do a drinking game, of course.
Oh, yeah, drinking game. Yeah.
Drinking game, but you do need to, the one privilege I give you these days, Brown, you do need to pick a drinks monitor. Now, I've got to be honest, your choice of drinking
It's not been good, has it?
rather poor. No offense, Khalid and Common and the other useless bastards, but we need someone who's reliable, Brown, sober, more than a few brain cells rattling around the old dome. So who are you going to pick this week?
Do you think Sword in the Storm is a good call this evening? I do.
Well, any sword in the storm, as they say. Okay,
Sword in the Storm.
you're up, Swordy.
Yeah, because he'll keep us on our toes, if anything. Oh. No.
No.
Ah,
There you go. That's that sorted. Where's Amelia?
he's busy. This is going really well.
What about old mud crab?
Okay, Mud Crab.
Yeah,
You want
Mud
for it?
Crab.
Mud Crab.
Mud Crab, just a word of warning, if you fuck this up, you're getting that wrench removed. So we need to up the stakes for this. So, okay, let's go around the panel. Start leaving Brown to last so he can get his old brain in gear. Swappers, the drinking game.
Whenever you sense some tense sexual energy between the three main leads.
What?
Which is the three main being the shark, the one with the glasses, and the one with the pubic hair. Is that what we're talking?
Yes, interchangeable. Yeah, but I'll do.
Okay. I like that call. Melvin, a man who likes a drink, what will you be drinking to tonight?
Oh, I reckon, right? Every time you see something like a rope or a cable,
A rope or a cable?
a rope or a
What's a
cable
drink
or a
straight
wire
away
of
then?
some kind, that's what I think.
Start writing these down, mud crab. Very good, Melv. Echo, what will you?
I just want to. The last stream ended with the boat leaving the harbor, right? That's where the last stream ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Every time there's one of those big yellow floaty things makes an appearance.
Yeah,
Barrel.
very good.
A barrel.
Very good.
Yes.
Is Mega back, or is he still in the shower? No, he's not there, is he? Okay. We'll try him later on. Brownie, what have you got?
Okay. Every time we see a dodgy special effect, we know it's a
Ooh.
dodgy special effect, but we don't care
Okay.
because we're just so engrossed in the movie.
Okay, and my one will be, it's quite specific, but I think we're going to have a right party when we get to the particular scene. Every time someone shares a war wound or an old scar or injury.
Oh, that's a
take
great
drink.
scene, is that?
There we go. Okay, let's get this boat out the harbour, as they say. So we're off. Sexual tension moments, swappers? I mean, there's reference to a 16-footer.
Well, he's got his arms around his rod there, so maybe.
Yep. And he's.
Oh, I had a question, Rue. I had a question for you. You met up with Brownie recently, right?
I did meet up with Brown. Yeah, I did.
So was it a quite a rowdy, noisy pub? And because of that texture of conversation, occasionally you had to sort of lean into each other to talk. Was at any point was it at 15 centimeters when you were leaning in at the bar?
Well, there is a story behind this. So we're chatting, and obviously you're right. It's noisy. They got it's Weatherspoons, but it's full of bloody lead chavs and big munters, and kids and prams. It's chaos in there. So anyway, we're chatting. We find a quiet spot. We're chatting, generally putting the world to rights, and then Brown just about to share some racist, edgy views, and so he leans in, and it's at that moment I realize he's breached the 15-centimeter perimeter. So naturally, I turn to him.
You recoil.
Well, I recoil, but then forward coil back to the 15-centimeter perimeter. And it's at that point where we both realise we're stood at the urinals with our pants around our ankles, and we better get the rock out of there. So anyway, we didn't follow through, thank God. Well, thanks for asking, Echo. What's Hooper doing in this scene? That's packed lunchbox.
It's just
probably like bait and stuff.
Just his fancy equipment.
That's Brody's wife's head.
What do we think of Hooper's Shakin' Stevens double denim look? Are we liking a bit of the old double denim?
All you need is a green door, right? And you'll love it.
Melvin, you're on form tonight.
I've not slept for 2 days.
Double denim in the 70s was the norm, though, wasn't it?
I just thought that was an 80s thing, but
okay.
Okay, well, there's our heroes, and he's the dude with the glasses, whose name Brody. He's chucking meat into the ocean, isn't he, Brown? And
yes,
yeah. And the old captain there's. Does he really think he's going to haul this 20-foot shark out with a fishing rod? Or is there something I'm missing?
Well, at this point, he doesn't know how big it is.
He hasn't seen it, has he?
I They know it's bigger than the one they caught at the harbour, but okay.
They know it's got a big bite on it.
You know what I always loved about this boat is that it's just not quite big enough for you to feel safe and secure. Like it's just a little too rickety. It's just the perfect size for that little insecurity there.
Oh yeah, drink over here.
Okay, look, we tell you what we were a bit light on last week, reading out some of the great comments from our chat, and I've found a good one already. So let's get Swappers on the case for this. You ready, Swappers? Here we go.
Bob Smith 9866 in the chat. Brody demonstrating what's getting close to Greta's coach's life.
How old's Greta these days? 15?
22.
She played the little alien thing in Total Recall, didn't she?
I love this scene.
Well, it's the perfect trio. You got Brody, who's order and protection, and Hooper, who's science and reason, and Quint, who's the war-scarred and very primal and instinctual. It's the perfect male trio to have in a film. Couldn't be better.
Yeah. Ugh. I mean,
we
need to put some context there, Brown, because it's really not much of a feat to crush a can. These cheap-ass aluminium cans, but in those days they were 2-inch iron, weren't they?
They were. He drank that in one go and just crushed the can. Yeah, and he's even got a bit of froth on his tash.
The spume.
Yeah.
Question from the chat for Mr. Brown. Is this true, Mr. Brown? Not so much a question, actually, more of an accusation.
Brown would shag her into into blue.
Greta, I think.
Hate shag.
Desperate.
There'd be a lot of hate in it, yes.
Mega's back.
I think I could sort her out. There'd be a lot of hate. I wouldn't take any pleasure in it, but I'd do it.
Do you know what? I remember those cans used to be stronger than they are now.
Yeah,
we
were
saying when I was younger. Yeah.
2-inch pressed steel, yeah.
Yeah, the boomers look at this and go, "Oh, what's the big deal? I could crush a Coke can, no problem." But those were
crush a grape.
And Hooper with the old crushing of the plastic cup. Background looks a bit. I don't know.
Well, they were close to the shore in real life. It's an old trick, isn't it? They're not really out there. They're just close to the shore. They just point the camera in the other direction. So, yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a yellow thing there. Nearly a drink. Well, let's go to you, Mega, because you are our the second best director on the panel tonight. This is a bit of foreshadowing, as it's known in the business, I believe, isn't it?
It is, but unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. If you shoot the damn thing, it doesn't blow up. So
really?
it doesn't blow up. So they just kind of, I know it's compressed something in there, isn't there? But if you shoot it, it won't blow up. But that's the thing, you see. That's what Spielberg said at the end, and that's what he wanted. So, and they gave it to him. So there you go. But yeah, it's foreshadowing. Apparently, it won't. If you shoot it, it won't blow up.
Yeah, that was on Mythbusters. They done it with a gas cylinder. Shot the gas cylinder and it didn't blow up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, it's a good scene though, actually, because again, it's showing you the difference between Quint and Hooper. Hooper is more technology and stuff, and he's more old school, isn't he? So, but yeah, and also shows that Brody's not very competent. He doesn't know anything about boats. Doesn't know anything about anything really. So there you go.
We do have a comment here from who says Brown's getting pegged by Greta, not shagging her. Remember, he's a soy latte vegan boy.
Yeah, she'd love me.
Yeah. Why don't you both get on the next boat to Gaza and see what you can do?
Quickly move along.
Oh, what have I missed? What's going on? Okay, well, look, we're here, Brown. Might as well get it out of the way. Snog, marry, avoid. Go on.
For fuck's sake.
What does that say? I can't read that. You screw around with these
Yanks.
Tanks, yeah.
It doesn't say Yanks. What you?
Okay.
I must need specs.
Can you ask somebody else? You asked me last week.
No, it's your
me.
thing,
Echo, you're the new boy. Echo, you're the new boy.
Go on then, Echo. I'll go on. We'll give it to Echo.
Snog, marry, avoid.
Echo's not there, mate.
Oh, he's gone
He's
to
not
make
there.
a coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it'll have to be Melvin then.
No, you're all right.
Do you know what? Right, look,
You got to get somebody out to go. Oh, you're a bit air shut left. You go.
look at the distance between them. Like whether it's really small, that distance, because he's right near the end where he's like fishing or wherever it is. And where do they sleep? How many nights were they out there? That's the question I have to ask myself. It's really weird.
I
mean,
never
is that
work
boat
out.
got a bedroom or something? Or what?
Yeah, they have that little kind of dining area, don't they? Which we'll see
Yeah.
later on. But yeah.
This was a bit strange, They didn't really have to stay out overnight because they were living right in the area the shark hunts at. So they could have went out, fished for a bit, come home, went to bed, got up the next day and done it again. It wouldn't have been any problem.
Yeah. Well, I
There's no
guess
need-
Quint wanted it, didn't he? He wanted
Well,
it.
you wouldn't have had a film if you didn't, but still.
Yeah, exactly. But look at the distance between them both, though. Like, as I said, or maybe it's a perspective shot where he's closer to the... Because remember, he slides, doesn't he? And he gets chewed up by the shark at the ending. So that's a huge
cheers
distance.
for spoilers, by the way.
Oh, shut up.
Look who we've got in the chat, everyone. It's actually the Mega Geek who says all these bad jokes are driving me crazy.
I wonder what happened to him. That guy.
Well,
director Rebecca Gold, I think. Now.
Very funny.
He became an actor for a while, didn't he? He was in some films.
Oh, did he? Oh, gosh, yes, he was. Yes.
Yeah, aren't they fine? There is a big concert market in the kind of 80s nostalgia stuff.
Yeah.
They do all that stuff.
They usually go on the boats, don't they? The big cruises.
Well, the migrants.
The bands that are long forgotten, they usually do the cruise thing.
Oh, yeah, the
they?
cruise ships.
Yeah, the cruise ships, yeah.
Well, look, that reminds me, if you're interested in bands which are long forgotten and no longer around anymore, you might like a bit of an ABBA tribute band. And if you do, I tell you what, these streams have been good because I think we're up to 35 likes on the old Facebook now. So if any of you man babies would be so kind, if you haven't already, go and give old Ruins ABBA band page a like.
Throw the link in the doodah, man.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I think that must be bots ruined because there isn't 35 people still on Facebook.
I know. It's an evil of the that we have to persevere with, unfortunately, in the music world. Anyway, Brown, you're not getting out of it. Snog, marry, avoid. Come on.
I did it last week.
I'm
Echo's
asking
back.
you to do it now.
Echo's back.
Echo's back, right? Go on, Echo. Snog.
I don't think it's going to work with me. I think this is specifically a brownie thing.
No, I do. No, I do it every week. Fuck's sake,
Exactly.
no.
It's
Sick of it.
institutional.
Just do it quickly and we can move on. Don't
Exactly.
Just feel.
Okay. Snog, marry, avoid. Okay, I'm going to do it in word order from left to right. Snog, marry, avoid. There you go.
From left to
Snog,
right.
Quint.
Oh, you're snogging Quinn. I never saw that one.
Snog, marry, avoid. Maggio should do it the other way. But anyway, moving on.
So you'd marry, what's his face? Richard Dreyfuss. He does come across as more a wife than
He's got plenty of money as well.
He might be good wife material. I don't know. I wonder if he can cook.
Plenty of money. But anyway,
I'm sure he'd wash your socks.
Answer to M's question, it is most definitely the old brunette one, which is the one with the beard, in case you wonder. Anyway, 3 men on a boat. Now, we're getting worryingly close there between Hooper and Brody, but I think they're safe. I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is where he's taking the piss out of Hooper, isn't he? Saying that
all the gear, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that shark's going to do. Maybe eat it.
Foreshadowing, eat it, I suppose.
Yeah. It's quite funny, really, because when Roy Scheider, when he became a man of age, he didn't look too bad. He had grey hair. He was still fit. He wasn't fat or anything like that. Or as I saw, the last film I saw him was that Punisher film, and he looked okay. But then when you look at Dreyfuss now, he's like a balloon or something, isn't he? What actually happened there? Did he not look after himself?
He he had skin cancer, didn't he? He had like
Oh, did
lesions
he?
things on his face.
Oh
And
He
it's
also
no!
like
had bipolar as well. Apparently came out.
And he lost his hair as well and stuff. Wow, wow.
he just got really old. What is he? He must be 80.
Yeah, he. I think he is in his 80s. I think. Still think he's very talented actor, Richard Dreyfuss.
Yep, he sure is. Make sure you take a drink there, man, babies, because we've got. Did you include ropes in? Who suggested ropes, cables?
That was
Melvin,
me.
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
drink.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's
take
meant
it
to be
down.
telling you to drink? Yeah, there. Mud Crab said
Crab.
it. So good lad, Mud Crab.
Oh yeah, this is the one of the tense moments where the thing moves slightly, doesn't it? And Quint is hoping it's something to do with the shark. But I think was Hooper right? He was saying it just might be a
Hooray.
fishes or something. Ray, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Was it this scene or the other scene? I can't remember which one.
I don't know. I mean, whose word would you take here? You'd probably take Quint's word.
Yeah.
He's more of a fisherman.
Yes. Yeah.
Just popping back there for a moment, Brown. You did say snog, Quint. Would you grab him by the sideburns and?
They are a fine set of muttons, aren't they?
Okay, here we go. Tense. Just a slight. It's almost like. Do you think Jurassic Park was inspired by this little ripple of water? Maybe scene. You never
I
know.
think so. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he puts the belt on here, doesn't he, Mega?
Yeah. Yeah. Not that would really help him if the shark was really that size. Would have put
But
him
he
off the
didn't
boat.
know, though, did he? He knew it was a
No,
biggie,
he didn't.
but he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't know. Yeah.
Gets the old
I think if it came to that, he would just cut the line, wouldn't he?
Yes, he would. Yeah.
And what's this? This is like the older.
You see, before I never knew this is the way the old days where they used to catch sharks or stop sharks. They used to do it this way. I'm quite surprised, actually.
Putting the old Liam Neeson in the holder there, and
Yep.
yeah, it is. Mud Crab's, he's briefly removes himself from drinking duties to make a rather good comment. Says, "I love the tension of this, the slow tick-tock of the reel, the way Quint slowly getting his game on while the others are unaware." Yeah.
Do you remember the good old days where we used to watch a movie and we were just riveted to watching it and we were so enthralled? And this is one of them. I just remember being in the Working Men's Club again with this scene, just totally riveted to it.
As if people could concentrate in those days, couldn't they? Kids don't concentrate anymore.
Well, Mega, that's what I was going to ask you. It feels as though nowadays they just wouldn't have the balls to drag out a scene in such, slow tension. It just feels modern Hollywood would just.
Well, they call it content instead of film now. Everyone that's in charge of it's really stupid. I mean, only yesterday I was watching Jeepers Creepers with my nieces. Okay, right, and so it starts off where they're in the car and stuff, and they're on their phones. They only stop looking at their phones when something happened. Do you know what I mean? And that's the audience you're dealing with today, or going forward.
You should beat them with a stick.
And it's one specific tiny little location as well, Mega. And the fact that Spielberg can just make every shot interesting and dynamic and different from the others in this very cramped, small location. Great. I got a question for you, for Mega. Do you think that does Quint know that his fate? When does Quint know that his fate is inevitable? From when he sets out on the boat, from when the shark first appears, to when things start to go wrong, from when he smashes the radio. When do you think he knows that
I think
his fate is inevitable?
I don't think he accepted that he was going to die. I think he knew that he'd lost the game when the boat blew up, and he had no choice but to go to Hooper and ask him what he can do with his equipment.
Yeah,
because he knew the game was gone. But I don't think he knew he was going to die. He definitely didn't, think that was going to happen to him. Do you know what I mean?
There's something there's something kind of demonic about the shark, where it was almost as if Quint knows that eventually there's going to be some reckoning or confrontation, that there's something inevitable about it. And that's always been the interesting tension for me, is when that kind of sits in. Because he destroys the radio. Why does he destroy the radio? It's an irrational thing to do.
Well, he destroys the radio because it was pride. He didn't want anyone to, because he knew they were in trouble, right? He saw the size of the shark. He knew that there's no way this boat could they could get it. Basically, he knew that's why he smashed the radio, because he didn't want anyone's help. It's through pride, isn't it?
Ego as well, though.
Ego,
Ahab
Ego.
with the white whale, it just becomes pure obsession. After a while.
Yeah, that's what I think.
He told them before, he told them the day before, that he is the captain.
Yes, he did.
So when he goes and jumps on the radio and starts radioing for help, that's kind of disobeying the captain, isn't it?
I love how when it's going click, 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 and Brody's trying to do the knot, because every time he tries to do knot, he gets it wrong, right? And it kind of leads up to this, where when he literally gets it right, that's when everything starts happening. So that's quite nice as well. Quite nice direction.
Captain,
I don't think that was in the book.
Ahab has got to have his whale, hasn't he?
Yes. I think it's ego and pride. I forgot that word, because Melvin's right. He's got a huge ego, isn't he? So, yeah.
Wait there, Brown. Mug Crab has pointed out that this has to be sexual tension, pouring of the water onto the groin. So, to
drink
down the smoking rod. Yes.
But do you think, Ian, when he was out there in the Indianapolis, that he sort of almost went mad out there? And there was always a part of him that was mad ever since, and it's just now finally he's found a way or a reason for an outlet for it.
According to the book, right, he wants revenge on every shark. That's the reason why he took it up. He wants revenge on every shark that he actually meets or has an encounter with. So that was his thing, really, because of actually what happened there. According to the book, of course. I mean, you can see bits of it in the film, because the film's very different from the book. So yeah, maybe.
Tiny boat, isn't it? Really is absolutely tiny. But it
they
does
shot
go
everything on that boat. It's not like they had a studio or anything like that. It's small. It's very small.
The boat sank while they were making the film because they put too much cameras and things on it, and they couldn't take the weight.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Damn.
And it's called Orca. Orca is a whale, right? Yeah. So is it a whaling vessel?
No,
I wouldn't have thought so.
No, it's not. It's not.
It is when they're singing later.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have called it the Pequod.
Seriously, guys, if you guys watch this film again, look how wonderful every scene was directed. Seriously, I keep saying this. Spielberg's a master. I haven't seen any director apart from Hitchcock, but Hitchcock was before Spielberg, that directs like he does. And if you know what you're looking for, you will marvel at what he actually shoots. So there you go.
Well, Quentin Tarantino said it. Don't go to film school. Just watch Hitchcock films.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
Mega Geek, I know there's absolutely no chance of you getting your catchphrase in the normal way we would expect it. So could you just do the honors, please? We know it's not, but could you, for the people out there?
What? Say what? That it's shit.
There we go, man, baby. It's not shit, but it's easy to be all in.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. It's the opposite of shit. This is.
Was it a drink, by the way, because of the ropes and stuff?
What's the opposite of shit, Brown? The
Piss.
opposite of shit.
Piss?
It's the opposite.
The opposite of shit will be food.
He you know what he says? He is smart, big fish. He's gone under the boat, but I don't think he realised how big it was. It wasn't under the boat. It was just fucking huge. Do you know what I mean? So.
And then Hooper's just saying he's not a smart fish. He's just stupid.
No, Hooper thinks it's not a shark at all.
Oh.
That's Hooper's saying I can't remember what he says, but he doesn't think it's a shark.
Oh, okay.
See, if I was Robert Shaw here, I would have thrown Hooper overboard for being annoying.
Yeah.
Just skipping back, it's a rather and everything about this boat's small, isn't it? Apart from the massive bell, but the ship's wheel is particularly small, isn't it? I normally expect a good
It's just far
Liam
away.
Neeson-sized wheel, but no, never mind. Okay, so you put your gloves on because he knows what's coming.
Yeah.
And we get a close-up of Brody. I think we know what's coming here, folks. Brownie, you sure you don't want to change your Snog, Marry, Avoid pick? Look at those lips.
That scene's not yet ruined. That's a bit later.
Oh,
exactly.
okay. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Is that a cable there?
Yeah, it's because
take a drink.
what you call it? Quint wanted Hooper to get the link and link it to that so they can have more leverage, but he doesn't believe it's a shark.
There you go. It's a tuna or swordfish.
Yeah. And then it breaks, doesn't it? And he falls down, and Quint thinks that's the evidence that he has it was a shark, and obviously Hooper still doesn't believe it. So
two co-leads with glasses. Let's hope for you.
Yeah. Well, I always think Ipcress File with Michael Caine. I always thought people who wore glasses were cool, man. That's what I always thought.
But that'd be strange because you'd have to say to one of you have to wear contact lenses because it'll get confusing if I call both of you Specky.
Can we set a task for the chat, please? Cool glasses-wearing people from the movies, if you would. We need a few more for Mega Geek to relate to. So I think I just feel like Denzel may have worn some at some point.
Taron Egerton in Kingsman. He was all right.
Yes. Yeah.
Of course, we're missing an obvious one. Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper and They Live.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he had to wear them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Brian's.
Harry Potter.
Yeah. As I said, it's Harry Palmer in Ipcress File. Yeah.
Drew's got a good one.
Is he?
Stallone.
Oh yeah. Wow. He didn't wear it all the way through, though, did he? Come on, let's face it.
Tony
Captain
Stark.
Captain Kirk and the Star Trek movies.
Star Trek 4.
Star Trek.
Or was it Star Trek 2?
3. It was 3.
Blade. Did Blade? They had glasses.
No, it was.
Well,
it was Star Trek 2
shades.
because he gets given the glasses and then he says, "Damn!" as he puts them on because Khan's just attacked him. Remember?
Yeah, that was 3, wasn't it? Or was it 2?
No, that was 2.
2. Oh, okay.
He sells them in 4, doesn't he?
He got the glasses as a gift in Star Trek 2, broke them in Star Trek 2, obviously kept them in Star Trek 3, and then Star Trek 4 pawned them in.
Well, that's because he was allergic to Redlax 10, was it?
Red
Something
Nox.
like that? Whatever it was, that can cure his eyes, so that he had to wear glasses.
I've got a good one. Joe 90.
Oh yeah, someone said that.
Oh yeah, Franco.
Yeah, you've had some good ones though. Is there any? Oh, hang on, there's a couple more coming in. Is there any in particular you like on that list, Mega?
I always go for Harry Palmer from Ipcress File. I think he everything about him is cool.
Michael Caine.
Yeah,
well, that was a film you made. I forget the name.
Yeah,
Walter White would be good.
No, the film you made. What was it called?
Oh, Killing Zone. Yeah, that was based on him. That's why I thought he was so cool. So that's why my character was like him. So yeah,
Frank Carson, great one.
Frank Carson. Poor old Richard Dreyfuss. Slam.
Yeah, we've been on this slide for a while. Is there another one, or is this it?
That reminds me. I forgot to ask if everyone's drinking. I'm drinking Rachel Reeves's Tears tonight. It's a bit salty, but
there's a lot of them.
So I just like to point out this scene. Okay, so he pulls at it and he falls and he hits the deck, and then he's on the ground, and then Quint looks at him, right? And then the next scene is the shot of Quint and Brody, and he just slides into frame. This scene is that he comes from the bottom and he slides up, which is
Oh,
He
another
comes
great.
from the bottom and
Yes.
slides up.
Oh, shut up, Ian.
If
Right,
you
so
look
I'm trying
closely-
to demonstrate really good directing here and how he gets through of them in the frame without actually cutting and seeing him get
I
up.
can see it.
Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
If you look closely, Quint's flies are undone there as Brody's just rising upwards. And...
see, I'm trying to be serious about Jaws, and these guys do stupid jokes.
Ian, do you do storyboarding? Do you have like a sketch pad and you'll have the black and white little panels and stuff when you're
When I was my very first movie and actually my second movie, I drew all my storyboards, but I don't do it anymore because I know how to edit in my head. So it's
Nice.
I think it's a waste of my time. So yeah, I don't do it anymore. But yeah, the more you
still
do it,
get-
the more you can edit in your head. Do you know what I mean? Sorry,
Oh, yeah. No.
Did he mean this? Properly.
mean what? Well, according to Spielberg, they didn't like each other, and yes, there was a rivalry, and this scene was born out of that. Apparently,
So it was improvised.
yeah.
Maybe.
Apparently,
Question for Swappers. Swappers, would you put this in the Hall of Fame for the Up the Arse Corner?
I was only just thinking that myself.
Hey,
But unfortunately, I don't think it qualifies because Hooper is voluntarily making that face. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Up the arse.
Oh. That's a lot of
full
face as
throttle,
well.
if you please, and he slams the top, doesn't he, with the hook?
Yeah.
This is a great movie, man. Seriously,
Yeah, that's great.
I know a lot of people say it's a good movie and they howl about it, but they don't look close enough, like I do, and other people like me who are crazy about this film. Seriously, it is. I can't tell you how great this film is. It's just fantastic.
You don't need to. I think everybody knows this is a quality movie.
No, but if you've not directed movies like me and Mega Geek, you wouldn't understand. Now. Just get back in your lane, man. You
Okay.
know?
All right. Sorry.
I wonder if on
Sorry,
that bookshelf behind Quint there, I wonder if there's a copy of Fisherman's Wives on there.
But we see like this. So Spielberg, he directs old school. So if a young'un was directing this film now, they would go from Brody to him. They'll have two separate shots. But with Spielberg, he economizes shots, so he has both of them in shot and both of them speaking. He kind of directs more like little segments. I like little plays, so you're not moving around with it. You just see everything within the frame.
Right.
Plus there'd be no kind of static cameras of a scene for like say 10-20 seconds. It'd be just like 2-second cuts all the time, like strobing.
Well, Spielberg likes to do the dance with the actors, and what I mean about the dance is to choreograph it. Like as I said last week, when two of them confronted the mayor, and they go to the poster and they see the painting of the shark and stuff like that. That was all done in one shot. So basically, before they shoot it, they choreograph. They give them marks on the ground where they're supposed to walk. So when they reach the point, they're always in shot. Do you know what I mean? So Spielberg likes doing that, and that's old school. That's old school directing. So yeah.
What a shot this is as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
what a shot.
yeah.
Unbelievable. Megan, don't you find, if you're directing this, just such a dreary sense of rigmarole of over the shoulder shots in a conversation? It just seems so played out and dull to do that.
Yeah, but look at that though, how it's framed.
Yeah,
It's
but
fantastic.
sometimes, right, when you're under pressure, the only way, if that's the only way to go, you choose that to actually get the shot done. I mean, you could wax lyrical about, oh yeah, I like to use a jib here and a tracking shot here and all that stuff. But when you have to get everything done within that day, you have to basically use your common sense. So
Even the waves are parallel to the back of the boat.
I think
the
that was
way-
accidental.
Oh, okay. If it's intentional, that is just amazing.
So is it
I
true,
don't
Mega,
know.
that if it is the over the shoulder thing, then one person delivers their lines, all
Yeah.
of their lines, and then the other person does it? Does that feel like counterintuitive and kind of strange and odd?
No, look, it works because it's invisible. What Spielberg does is he does invisible shots. You don't realize that it's just an over the shoulder shot and you got two people within the frame. As I said, with today's directors, they'll zoom into Roy talking there and then I'll do a reverse on Quint. But Spielberg comes from the old school of directing. So even when you watch the episodes of Columbo that Spielberg directed, he does the same thing. Even in his movies, actually, today's movies, he does the same thing. And I do think it's very elegant, the way this film is directed, rather than just cutting for cutting's sake, if you know what I mean.
How do you think they did the sound editing? Because there would have been so much atmospheric noise of wind and all that kind of stuff, but they managed to keep it really subdued in the tone. How do you think they managed that?
Well, I think a lot of it is looping with some of the actors and stuff like that. But if you've got a good sound man, I think the majority of sound was captured on the day, but some maybe little bits here and there was looped, I reckon.
Well, what a pleasure. And here we go. A bit of what's this? Patience, is it? Is that what they call it? Is that what you call it, Echo and Land Down Under? Patience?
Yeah.
Call it something else?
Played them as well.
Patience or solitaire, depending on what
Solitaire,
Solitaire, yeah. Used to play a lot on the phone.
In prison?
Yeah. See, after looking at these pictures, I'm going, look how small that deck is. I mean, how do they all fit? How do they all fit on that deck?
Carefully.
I'm like confused.
Side of feed, I gave you a little quote in the last section of my live stream. Something about potato-y.
What Bella? What's her name?
Playing with yourself.
Yeah, it would have been that.
Oh,
Here it comes.
Here we go, folks. Yeah. Hold on to your vaginas. We're about to get some action. So he's right at the edge of the boat, blood everywhere. He's, the old fag in the mouth. He's just a bit casual.
Cigarettes.
Yeah, sorry. I'm old school. Oh, come on. It's
YouTube.
The eye on me, Brown. It's okay. There we go.
This is the first time the shark worked, actually, in the whole of the movie, apparently.
And in 3, 2, 1. Look at those little black eyes. Whoa.
He doesn't even turns around.
Drink, by the way.
Yeah, I mean that's congrats, Brown, by the way, for capturing that shot, because we've not even got Brody's reaction here, is it? It's just literally the shark bursting out the water. It's terrifying. Fucking hell, it scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
And then
I don't think there's not even a stinger, is there? Like in terms of sound, it's just this is enough.
Yes.
In a modern film, there would be like a huge stinger sound would be lame.
But they after he sees the shark, then that's when the music pipes up, doesn't it? And then he says that famous line when he goes into the thing when he sees Quint. So yeah, that scared the crap out of me when I saw it in the cinema.
Yeah,
it made me jump. One of the two jump scares.
Bestest ever.
Bestest ever.
Bestest ever in the chat says, why are there no strong females in this film?
Shark might be female.
Shark is female. See? There we go. You don't get much stronger
because it's based on the book, and that's what happened in the book. And also, right, we're allowed to have, strong male characters, especially white male characters in movies.
50
Aren't
years
we?
ago,
Especially in the 70s.
Yeah.
There's Brody's wife who Mel spent a 20-minute long diatribe dissing for her looks. So she's a character.
That's more like Rachel Reeves when she knew the bill hadn't gone through yesterday.
Oh, that's the best
Moving on.
wasn't it? He's shitting himself here, isn't he? He's like, actually, see the...
Is Hooper having a quickie?
Is
Hooper having a 5-knuckle?
But you know what, right? I know why he's scared, right? Because now we've basically ingested all these stills. We realize how small that boat is, and we realize how big that shark is. Man, I would be bricking it if that was me, man.
Yeah, because
You know?
they kind of pull the shot out here and it makes the boat look a lot smaller.
Yeah, man. If I was
rope
if I was
string.
Brody, I would want to. No wonder why he wanted to ring his wife, or get some more help out there. Do you know what I mean?
Improvised line, yes.
Okay, well, look, it's the iconic line, isn't it? So to do it justice, we're going to go right round the panel. Now, what I want you to do, my panel of retrobates is, in fact, we're going to get everyone involved in this, so get ready, chat. I want the chat to start putting in suggestions for accents from around the world, and then I'm going to pop it on screen, and whoever we go to is going to do the line in that accent. So get it going, chat. Come on, we need to get through this. So suggestions for accents from around the world. We're starting with you, Brown, because you are master of the accents. And okay, we'll go with this one. Go for it, Brown.
You are going to need a bigger boat.
Not bad, not bad. Okay, and Melvin, this is for you.
Swedish. I don't know how to do Swedish.
They speak perfect English.
We are going to need a bigger boat.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah. Okay, we'll
Bye,
go.
you ready?
We're going to you, Swappers, and you get this one.
What the fuck is that?
Mandela.
You are going to need a bigger boat.
That's Indian.
That sounds Indian.
Yeah, we'll go like Andy.
Why are you gay?
I've got one for Echo.
Facts, truth, mate. You're going to need a bigger boat.
I've got one for the Mega Geek. Here you go, Mega Geek.
I don't know how to do a Brummy accent.
Guys, we're going to need a bigger boat.
Yo, bro, we're going to need a bigger boat. Man, there you
Mom,
go.
rice and peas.
Of all the
teas.
shows to miss, Brian's missed out on all this accent for me. Oh, it could have
How
been.
dare he
You have to do Savile there, Ro.
Who wrote this for you then?
I haven't got a good Savile, but that's not going to stop me. Okay, here we go. I have to lead up to you're going to need a big.
We're gonna need
a bigger boat. Sound like fucking Scooby Doo. No, I haven't got it, folks. I haven't got it.
Shaggy.
I'd like Mel to do posh English. I'd like that.
Me?
Posh English.
Yeah, you.
Posh English.
Yes, please.
Tally ho, we're going to need bigger boat.
Oh, that's quite good.
Splendid.
One last one for you, Brown.
Greta.
How dare you?
How dare you?
You're going to need a bigger boat. How dare you?
Okay, that will do us. Thanks very much. And there it is, the iconic
You're
line.
gonna need a bigger boat, Mom.
Oh, I knew he wants to do that.
I love you, Gavin. Mom.
Quint. Shut the engine off.
Oh,
Shut off the
tension.
engine.
Are we getting the cello music here?
Yes, we are. Dun, 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 dun. Remember they used to always show the trailer when it was second release in the cinema, and he always used to have that line. It's a what is it? It's a so-and-so footer, and he goes 25 or 3 tons of him or something like that. They always used to show that trailer. So yeah.
Oh, one more then. Go on, Swappers.
Need a bigger boat? You're going to.
I knew it'd be a good one. Thanks, Rust in Peace. Thanks, Swappers. Okay. Back to the show.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, right? These pictures does show. Look at the size of that.
Everybody.
Look at the size of that shark compared to the boat. I'm sorry, man. They're screwed. There's no way. What the hell? Look at the size of it. It's bigger than the boat.
It's a great special effect shot considering it's a mini sub. Really good.
Yeah.
That's a 20-footer.
Yeah. We talked about Liam's dong. Yeah.
We are in a moment. Go on. 25.
I mean, subtle differences in the facial expressions there. I mean, Brody looked positively shitting himself, whereas Quint's still, I don't know, slight
Quint-
concern, but
Quint-
steelness about him, isn't there?
Well, Quint sees it as a challenge.
Yeah,
Brody sees it as a problem,
yeah.
and Hooper sees it as scientifically whatever. He sees it as as something that's scientific that he can write a thesis about. That's the way I see the three of them.
So, Brownie, you come home from the job centre and you go into your room. I know that sounds, beyond the realms of reality, but don't worry,
1 hour.
go with me. You go into your room and there's Greta naked on your bed. Do you see it as a problem, as a challenge, or as a scientific thesis?
Yes.
What are the options again?
Is there an all
Challenge.
Challenge.
challenge,
Always
or
a challenge.
scientific
At my
challenge.
age, definitely a challenge. Yeah, go on.
Okay. No, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but I'm sure you'd overcome it. 3 tons, crikey. Yeah, good point by
Haley
Ashen.
Atwell again. Oh, 3 tons of him. Still could be Haley Atwell, really.
All right, moving on.
What are we looking at? Oh, rope. Take a drink.
This is different from the book because in the book he was throwing the harpoons with his hand, like he was hunting whales or something.
Are we working our way up to the moment where he smashes up the radio? Because at this point they're still in touch with the harbour. Obviously,
Don't the radio want to speak? It's his wife, isn't it?
And he goes, "Oh, we don't want to speak to her. She's too fucking ugly. Can you get us somebody better
okay.
looking to talk to?
Oh, harsh.
Can you get us Greta? She's better."
How dare you?
Oh, take a drink. Is it drink per yellow container or is it drink
And rope, so it's double drink.
Oh, rope as well.
Yep. Jesus. What are we didn't say what we're drinking.
Is Hooper shit his pants there, or is that just a particularly
No,
dirty?
he's just pleased to see you.
He's been sitting on his bum on the floor a lot, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, true.
Those barrels, man, scary barrels.
Did somehow a director's instruction sneak into the
What's that?
It's almost like a director's instruction, isn't it? I need something in the foreground to give us some.
Yeah, because he's going to take a picture. He's going to, he's going to take a picture, isn't he,
To
of the shark?
confirm
So
it, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. He's looking at more like a scientifical thing, isn't he? He wants to document everything. That's what he wants to do. And Brody just wants the shark dead. Brody just wants the shark dead. So
If
Who's
if
got the
Liam
radio on
Neeson-
in the background?
If Liam Neeson whipped out his old dong, it would really make the shark look rather small, wouldn't it? But your husband's okay. He's fishing. Very good. I mean, we've got that contrast there between a gentle conversation over the radio and the other two fighting this beast.
there's that wonderful shot where he says, $4,000 my ass, and he tries to leave, and then he comes through with the big spear, doesn't he? And then he has to go back. Do you remember that scene? No one remembers it. Because they're not as crazy as me about Jaws.
This looks like it was maybe filmed on a different day, Mega. It seems a lot lighter.
Probably.
And brighter.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Yeah, probably.
Mog's in, everyone. Good to see you, Mog.
Whee! Evening, Mog.
So he wants to track it, but Quint just wants to kill it. But as I said, Hooper sees it as as something, that he can study. Do you know what I mean?
See, at this point here, this is where if I was Quint, I was going to kick the shit out of Hooper. He could have shot that shark multiple times where that idiot was playing with his fucking trackers.
But it wouldn't have made a difference because they even Brody put a couple of bullets in it, and it still didn't affect the shark. It just kept going.
Yeah, but if it had put the barrels in it, it would have tired it out faster.
Question for Echo this time, if you could. Echo, you're on your way home from the old the old sheep festival, and you see Rachel Reeves sat on a park bench crying. Do you kill it, track it, or see it as something you can study?
Geez, apparently the markets have collapsed because your chancellor was crying during PMQ.
They actually
That's
have,
extraordinary.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. I don't know,
Crying
maybe it was a personal matter or
girl.
something, but
Well,
Jesus, that's bad.
I think that I don't know. We'll find out, I'm sure. Anyway, kill, track, or study.
Study,
use,
because
not
that's
parry, avoid.
fascinating.
So
Yeah,
you
I
wanna
couldn't
study?
imagine like an old craggy Tory chancellor of the Exchequer from the 80s ever crying during PMQs. That would never happen.
Female Sylvie Serpa says PMS, but I don't know.
Jesus.
No, this is more like it. This is PMTs.
It's sad because, I don't like Blair especially, but you see him during PMQs. He didn't have a huge folder in front of him. He would just talk off the cuff and he'd have all the statistics, and Michael Howard and him would go back and forth. Now they just got these gigantic folders and they don't even look up. They just read all the shit in their folder during PMQs, and it's really sad, kind of lame.
Get me on the opposition benches. I'll rip them into arsehole.
Guy Fawkes had the right idea.
Do you reckon, though, it's because of social media and how people can communicate faster with each other? Or is it just politicians have gotten stupider as the years gone on?
No, it's just... Oh.
I don't think they're sending the best, are they? Run
Plus, they live in a bubble as well. When you live in a bubble...
The thing is, if you go back even not that long ago, before most people had the internet, most people at that point believed what they read in the newspapers and what they seen in the news.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
So when the politicians got up in front of TV and spoke, half the people already believed it. It wasn't really an issue. Now we all know they always lie. So we're looking at it in a different way now.
Yeah.
Back then, we believed that some of them actually may have told the truth sometimes.
And people were better educated back then as well.
I was. Not now.
I don't know if Brian's talking about politicians or me, but we'll assume it's politicians he's referring to. Anyway, the shark has been shot. Movie's over. We wrapped it up, Brian. We're only an hour. Wow.
Pretty good, that.
Yeah. Well done. They won.
Yep, they got it.
It's lucky that Hooper put that flashing thing on it, because during the night shots, you can see where it is. You can see the flash.
Yeah, but I mean, had they just tied the rope onto the barrel and Quint got a few off, they would have seen where it was anyway, because it wouldn't have been able to dive.
But it went down with 3, didn't it? It went down with 3 barrels.
It was back up like 10 seconds later. It couldn't keep the T down.
Yeah.
Well, it did eventually, though, didn't it?
Ian, I mean, you're probably an expert on this movie. I don't know if you're an expert on the anatomy of a fishing vessel, but what's that big, long wooden plank thing off the bow of the ship called?
I have no idea. Absolutely none. All I know is that boat is freaking tiny compared to that shark. I don't understand how they were going to catch it at all.
Nice one, Franco. Very good work.
That's called the pointy end.
Yeah. That's a great shot.
Take a drink as well.
It's beautiful.
Is it rope?
The whole time he was on that thing, I just remember just shitting myself as a kid watching it, going, he's going to get him. He's going to get him. He's going to jump up and he's going to get him.
But see, this is really great because he's looking at Hooper and Hooper's looking at him, and Quint is really saying to him, you're a fucking idiot. That's what he's really saying to him without words. So,
but he seems happy. He's in his element. That this
Yes.
this competition is his ideal. It's his
And he's
pleasure.
winning. He's winning as
Mhm.
well because everything he's said and done has been right so far. And Hooper, he's got like 5 points, and Hooper's got nothing. Do you know what I mean? And that the lip between those two literally tells you subconsciously that he's literally saying to him, "You're a fucking idiot. You should be listening to me now."
Rose.
So
Almost a little bit of foreshadowing with just the structure of that thing looks vaguely like the shape of the jaws and the teeth.
a bit, yeah.
Got requests for you here, Swappers, if you would.
Oh my god. Jesus.
What do you call a Chinese woman with one leg? Irene.
Welcome to Casual Racism on Mr. Balance.
That's what we're best at.
Mega, do you go with any like symbolism, like the ship is the subconscious, and then like the shark in the ocean is the repressed, or the shark in the ocean is like the untamed part of nature and the wild parts of society and all that kind of stuff, or do you just have a more surface level?
No, I look, I think Spielberg is more surface level director. Even when he was directing things like Schindler's List, everything you saw was what you got. There was no hidden meaning in what he's never put hidden meaning in his stuff at all, if you look closely. So he's not that kind of director. Someone like Kubrick, he's like that, and other directors are like that, but Spielberg isn't. Spielberg likes to aim for the mass audience, always, with every one of his movies, without exception. And so, yeah.
But do you feel that the shark has agency in some way? That there's no way that a normal shark, just having no identity or nature at all, would pursue these three necessarily.
No.
So is there kind of a little element of that?
Yeah, that's the beauty of the novel and the film, isn't it? Because the shark would just be it'd be away, wouldn't it? It wouldn't. Why would it bother trying to?
Yeah,
trying to
the shark
chase the
in this is very, very intelligent.
That's what I'm saying. It's just it's a
It'd
movie.
never happen in real life, probably.
Exactly.
It depicts the shark as a certain level of intellect with the stuff it does, that it can think outside the box a little bit.
Colin, just to answer your question briefly, I sat down the other night. I had my favorite lounge pants on. I had my glass of rum, 2 ice cubes.
Did you watch a rerun of old BBC News at 10? Think about it.
No, I sat down to watch Predator, Brown. But guess what? Fucking Sky had a functional problem and I couldn't access it. So unfortunately, no. But maybe one of these days. Oh, Brown, do you want to touch this one with a barge pole or what?
Oh Jesus!
I'm not touching that one with a fucking barge pole.
I just deleted that comment. How have you still got it? How can that be?
So, did this happen over 2 days or 1 day? I was trying to figure it out in the film.
2 days, one overnight.
They were one night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There we go. Now get ready to drink, man, babies. This is the one I lined up for everyone. He's looking a bit Kenny Rogers there, Quint, isn't he? Islands in the stream.
The polo neck jumper is kind of, what do you call it? Patrick McGowan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of Milk Tray Man, isn't he? Yeah.
Basil and Bond.
Okay, there was a lot of slides with this scene because I decided I was going to get every line because the scene about the ship fucking really good. I just remember.
Well, okay then,
watching
Brown. Let's make the most of it. Let's do some community theatre to get through it. So we need to let's skip back one. We need to assign roles. So it's your show, Brown. Who do you want to assign to your characters? Cast your show, Brown. You've got a fine panel here to choose from.
Okay, I'll Echo can be Hooper.
Echo's
Hooper.
Okay.
Look at the lame roll.
I mean, if you don't
yeah.
cast Mega
Doesn't
Geek
like
in this
you,
his
Ethel.
favourite film, he's going to be...
What? I don't mind.
Mega can. Who's going to be Quint? That's the big one, isn't it?
I think, right, Swappers should be Quint, but in Palpatine's voice.
That's a
Done.
lot.
That's a done deal.
That's done. Okay.
And Mega can be Roy Schneider.
Okay, we've got our cast. You ready?
It's good. He hardly says anything anyway. So there you go.
Yep.
Here we go.
Don't be permanent. You want to see something permanent?
I don't know about this, honestly. Like, this is a kind of sacred monologue
Absolutely.
we're leading up towards here.
We're not on the sacred monologue yet. We're on the
No, I think
preamble.
you've got the wrong channel, I'm afraid. Echo.
If you don't sin, you'll never find out how nice the weather is in hell.
I mean, Swappers, there was
Laughs.
ever a cue for a perfect cue for your character. It's this one. Still you, isn't it, Swappers?
Knockout Nolans. St. Patty's Day, Boston. Just put your hand underneath my cap. You feel that little lump? It's a more eel. I bet
that's me. Well, am I just doing it as him, or is there any specific way you want me to do him?
Let's see. Can you camp up the old Aussie you gave us before? We try and get it into Steel Saunders territory. How about that?
Would be good. See if you could do a Sean Connery. That would be great.
Oh,
Can't do Sean Connery. I could do Camp Aussie. Maybe I could try
Camp
that.
Aussie's good. Yeah, Camp Aussie's
Well,
great.
like Robot Head.
Or a Sea Words.
Okay, let me get into character here. It's a moray eel, a bit right through my wetsuit.
Oh, it's awesome.
I don't know about that, but I entered the arm wrestling contest.
You know, the funniest thing about this, Mega Geek sat here watching one of his favourite films, and he's listening to Palpatine. Palpatine and a gay Aussie talking through one of the most
And Priscilla,
legendary
Queen of the
scenes.
Desert.
In a bar in San Francisco.
Ooh.
Well, that's checks out. There's still use Swappers.
I can't extend that. You know why? Because in the semi-final, celebrating my third wife's demise, big Chinese fellow, he pulled me right over.
That's a bull shark.
Oh, this is getting ugly.
There's a thresher. You see that? The thresher's tail. You want a drink? Drink to your leg.
I think it's me.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Talking about his someone.
I got the creme de la creme right here. Hold on. I've gone a bit pommy there.
Bit
Mug.
Yeah.
this?
Is that me? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Right there. Mary Ellen Moffat.
Great line this coming up.
She broke my heart.
oh, rah, rah, rah.
That one there on your arm. There you go.
Hey.
Hey.
Oscar for Mega Geek that. Put his hand right into that.
That's what I'm not.
I got that removed.
His monologue, he did the first take, didn't he? And it wasn't right.
No,
And then it came back the following day.
he
Was
did the
pi-
first.
was
No, he was pissed.
Or
Yeah,
he was pissed,
he was
wasn't
pissed.
he? And he felt like
And-
he didn't deliver it correctly.
And then no, he phoned up Spielberg and he said, "I'm sorry, I embarrassed you." And Spielberg was like, "No, that's fine." And he said, "I'll do it better tomorrow." And he did. So there you go.
in one take.
Yeah,
Apparently.
in one take.
Oh, so he was pissed for the first one, but he wasn't pissed for what we see on the screen?
That's right.
Ah, that's great.
I just remember my 8-year-old self or whatever watching this, just fucking riveted.
Is it harsh to say we've lost some of the tension with our community theatre? Maybe
Communist
We've-
what?
it's
Communist what now?
Communist theatre.
communist theatre. Are we abandoning
You
the
were on the
community theatre
Indianapolis.
ground at your channel?
This was who was this saying this?
It was
Scheider.
Richard Dreyfuss. No,
Oh,
Richard
okay.
Dreyfuss. Yeah, same.
Yeah. You were on the Indianapolis.
But the thing is, though, this is a long speech, so I think we should move on.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I've got every
Every
At least
line.
something.
yeah, because it's so amazing.
Pity you couldn't play it.
quick
Yeah,
answer
cheers,
for it would be that fucker who's in everything, who is the Mandalorian. What's his name?
Oh God, yeah.
Pedro
Pedro Pascal would be Quint.
Pebble Pascal. Yeah, he'll be Quint. Obviously, someone's gonna have to be a black guy. So who should we make?
Roy Scheider's
Black guy.
character should go to Jodie Turner-Smith instead.
Yeah, one's a female. Yeah, that's how we do it. Brilliant.
And the Korean guy from The Acolyte would be Brody, I think.
There'll probably be Richard B. Jordan playing triplets. Yeah, that was a joke. You're supposed to laugh.
You killed it, yes. Very good.
Sword and the Storm's got our casting source here. Lizzo is who.
They're definitely going to need a bigger boat then.
Fucking Lizzo.
I think that if he was still alive, Pete Postlethwaite would have been great as Quint.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
great
yeah.
shout. That
I
is
like
a
that.
great shout. Wow.
Here's hoping they don't remake it, though. Seriously.
Oh, I know. Don't touch it. It's one of those masterpieces. Look, we're gonna have to do this justice now. No more fucking dad jokes. I'm talking to myself here, by the way. No more bullshit. We just want this read in a straight fashion. So
I would avoid this if I was you. Just move along. Seriously, you'd be here all night.
There are a lot of stills for this.
They are,
speech.
yeah. So
Oh,
you
it's
see
just
that shot
luxurious.
there? You see that shot there with Richard Dreyfuss? According to some of the books I've read, he wasn't acting. He was completely in awe of
really?
Robert Shaw's performance, and he was in awe of how he remembered every word and line in that monologue.
Damn.
I'll tell you a story about this, right? During the war, when they done this, when they wrote this, the guy who wrote it was, I believe, the first draft was John Milius, right? He wrote Conan, his famous screenwriter, and then they passed it around a load of other writers, and they couldn't really get it how they wanted it. And a lot of people done drafts for it, including Robert Zemeckis done a draft for it, and Carol Gottlieb done a draft for it. Carol Gottlieb was in this. We were talking about him last week. Remember?
Yeah,
he was one of the mayor's sidekicks.
Yes.
And they couldn't get it right. And they got all the bits that they had, and they gave them to Robert Shaw. And the final draft was written by Robert Shaw.
Yeah, it was.
That is the story.
What?
But the writing credit went to John Milius, because John Milius was a friend of Steven Spielberg. And right up until a couple of weeks ago, John Milius had a writing credit for Jaws on IMDb, and they took it off. It's not there anymore, just in the last few weeks. So they never gave the credit to Shaw anyway, but the one you see on screen was apparently Robert Shaw. You know, Robert Shaw was a Pulitzer Prize winning playwright and a novelist, so he was a talented writer, but he didn't get a credit for it. No, I'll tell you who it was. Wrote the first version. It was Howard Sackler, not Milius. Milius didn't write the first one. Howard Sackler wrote it. and then it went to Milius, and then it went to a few hands, including Robert Zemeckis and Carl Gottlieb. But the final version was Shaw. And the story tells about the Indianapolis isn't quite exactly accurate, because it says, what was it? It said 1,100 men went into the water, and 316 came out, and the Sharks got the rest. But a lot of people died when the ship actually got hit. They don't know how many, but quite a few died. Didn't actually go into the water. They went down with the boat, and they were in the water when they got rescued. It was between 4 and 5 days. So 4 days for the people who were rescued first, and 5 days for the people who were rescued last. And they reckon that the Sharks probably got somewhere between 50 and 150.
Oh,
and not 800, which is a bit high end.
artistic license. Just skip back there, Brown, because there's a nice reference there. He compares it to Battle of Waterloo. I was defeated, you won the war. Waterloo, promised to love you forevermore. Anyway, sorry about that, Mega Geek.
But it's perfect cinema. You've established that the shark is out there as a threat. So that's on your mind, and that tension is there. The relationship between these three has been fraught and tense, and then suddenly they have this big moment of bonding. And so you just go deeper and deeper into the film, into the film's fiber. And then there's maybe one or two second reaction shots from Brody. But apart from that, Mega, it's basically just a mid shot that just lingers there for a minute after minute.
With Dreyfuss in the background in awe of him.
Yeah. It's perfect. And you visualize what he's saying. And so you're creating this monstrous sense of the shark as just a pure, perfect, pitiless predator from his anecdote. It's just everything is perfect.
Well, that's why I was saying that he's there for revenge, isn't he? If you think, because I think that was in the book, he was there for revenge.
Is he foreshadowing his death as well?
No, I don't think so. Look,
but this is the thing, man. I've always had a sense that there's a sense of inevitability, that he knows at some latent subconscious level.
The shark's going to get him eventually.
There is that for me.
Yeah. It's what really does get me is that Spielberg, he was only 20, I can't remember, 27 when he directed this, and he insisted that they do everything for real. So this is not a set. This is actually in the boat. Do you know what I mean? And you see how small that boat is. So whoever lit this is knows his job. Knows his job, yeah.
Do you think Hooper is a self-insert for Spielberg?
What's that? What's that?
Whoa! His mog turned up at someone's house. Did someone order a mog?
Stripogram.
Have you bought me any long now?
No, not with me.
That's coming from Swappers.
Be quiet.
Be Swappers.
Be quiet. It sounds like some pissed up couple, didn't it? Have you bought me a curry? Some fucking pisshead walks in with the wine bottle.
Look at the state of these shelves. Not well built at all.
Are you with the Swappers?
Yes.
Who's in the background there, Swappers? I need to know.
It was.
So I just took the laptop into the toilet with me. There were people in there.
Fuck.
Oh, brilliant. Don't get that on Nerdrotic, do you, Brown?
Sorry, I just got to elaborate a bit there. Most of the people who went in the water died of exposure because they were in the cold water for 4 to 5 days. Just so. In case you're wondering what happened, if the sharks took 150, what happened to the rest? Well, they died. They're still dead.
But they do cut back. They cut to Roy Schneider a couple of times as well. But we are assured that he did it in one take. So I guess they did that so they just didn't want to hang on those two.
There you go.
So yeah.
Herbie Robinson from Cleveland.
Do you know who Roy Scheider looks like there?
Who?
Right. Some of you here are old enough to remember. Oscar from the $6 Million Man.
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, Richard Anderson.
Richard Anderson. Yeah.
Oscar Goldman.
Yep.
Mm. It's a good speech, though. It's quite riveting.
It might be the best speech. Is it the best speech in cinema history?
Oh, it's up there.
Well, I'll take your Jaws and I raise you a Blade Runner.
That's
Oh,
good as
Good,
well.
yeah, it's good, but this is more sustained as
It is, yeah. It's certainly a longer one.
yeah, but the famous speech from Blade Runner, he just made it up.
Yeah, that's true.
Did, yeah.
It was,
But that's more a coda to the film, whereas this is intrinsic, right in the heart, the guts of the film. And so I think this is crucial. I can't think of anything better.
I know. Well, chat, are you up for the challenge? Great speeches.
There's two great speeches that comes to mind for me. One is Robin Williams in Jesus, what's that film called?
Mork
Where
and
he's in the
Mindy.
park bench. Where he was in the park bench talking to.
It's all
Matt
right.
Damon.
It's okay.
I thought it was great, and also that speech that what was that one? Sense of a Woman.
I was thinking
What?
this. Yeah.
No.
You know what?
Woman,
This is weird. I was thinking
Get
the
outta here.
exact same thing as you, Mega Geek.
That's a great speech.
Great
Great
speech.
No,
speech.
it's too overwrought, too histrionic.
I think Al Pacino needed kneecapped for that movie.
Oh no, I thought he was terrific in that movie.
Just that was the end of Al Pacino as an actor, because he shouted his way through that film and got an Oscar, and then he shouted his way through every other part he got for the rest of his career.
But the thing is, though, his performance was absolutely brilliant because he was angry, wasn't he? He was always angry. And
Yeah, but then he
throughout
copied
that
it for
journey.
every part he played after. Every single thing.
Well, we can't talk about what he did after. I could just talk about the way he was in that film. He was brilliant, as far as I was concerned.
That was the end. That's when he became Patient Zero. What about the scene at the end of
Dennis Hopper.
Unforgiven.
Dennis Hopper.
Oh, the bit
True
where he
Romance.
comes in.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, hello.
That's
What's
really
that? That's Brown's mic.
Brown's gone. He's died, folks. He's finally keeled over.
His mic's gone.
One other thing I wanted to say, Mega, is that it's gone from very subtly and just naturally from quite sort of mid-rangey outdoor shots, quite even large from the size of the boat, and it's just gone in and in and in and in. Eventually, it's gotten darker, and the camera shots have got more intimate and closed and locked in around the thing until finally it's just his face. So you've gone from that in the space of 3 or 4 minutes, just smoothly and beautifully. It couldn't be better.
Yeah, he's the king of the invisible cuts. In fact, he doesn't, as I said, he likes to play everything within one shot, basically. So yeah. I mean, he's not the only one. I mean, Robert Rodriguez does it all the time in his movies. If you watch his movies, he does it all the time as well. So, but yeah. But you remember those old cameras, those old 35mm cameras they used to have with the big magazine and at the back, and then the camera's half the size of the magazine. Those are the cameras they shot with this film with, right? Can you imagine how small that boat was? And like you would probably have about 5 people. You have the sound guy, the cameraman, Spielberg, maybe even continuity person, and then you got those 3. I mean, you think about it, it's a freaking miracle that they got this.
You think that's actually in the boat, or they didn't just like make a set that was like half a boat?
No, it was the boat. Nope, they never made a set. It was the boat. Yeah.
How would you get that camera inside then?
Oh, yeah, well, that's the thing. You'd have to push yourself up against the wall or whatever to try and get that, and also different lenses as well. So that's what you'd have to do. But as I said, it's a different way of making films. The people of today, especially kids who started with digital, they don't have a clue how these things were shot. Do you know what I mean? It's incredible. You had to know your job when you were making a film like this. You had to, otherwise everything come out all blur and shitty and sound would be crap. So these people knew exactly what they were doing.
Am I here?
Yeah,
Okay.
Spielberg. What happened?
I don't know. Dennis Hopper, True Romance. That's a great speech.
I would have. I'm just looking it up right now. The speech at the end of No Country for Old Men, where he's retired and he's just talking about that dream he had. That's quite special.
Yeah, few good ones in there, but it's up there, isn't it? This Jaws scene, I've got to say, I haven't heard all those. It really is a long
It
speech.
is.
Wow, impressive.
We're not going to finish it today, that's for sure.
And he remembered he did it in one take and remembered everything. Just
He did. They probably
phenomenal.
So they probably had, if that's the case, if he did it in one take, they probably had 2 cameras on him, and one camera was zooming in and out as the one camera covered the 2 shot with Shaw and Dreyfuss. So he probably one at the side and then one looking straight at them, and then they probably just picked up the shots with Roy Scheider, and maybe the continuity person read out a couple of lines, and yeah.
Right.
Gavin Blackburn, take his damage.
What about Bill Paxman, Independence Day, the one for the Gipper speech?
No.
Bill Pullman.
Yeah, him as well.
Bill Pullman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to speed this up, mate.
What about Dirty Harry?
Jesus Christ, Brian, you went.
Well, no, I deliberately. I thought, do I just skim over it, or just this is the scene, so just fuck it, let's just do it.
There we go.
Getting on a bit, Brun. You're getting towards 2 hours already.
I know. Okay, well, look, there's only one way to speed this up. We have to do the song. So let's go around the panel, one line each. You ready? Starting with Echo, go.
Yeah, no.
Show me the way to go home.
To Melvin.
I don't sing.
Tired and I want to go to bed.
To Swappers.
I had an easy drink about an hour ago.
And to Mega.
And it's gone right to me head.
Hey, Mega sing.
Back to Brownie.
Beep. You will always hear me singing this song.
Echo.
Bleep, bleep. Boom, boom.
Wherever may roam.
Beep.
Melvin.
Rumbling.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at dirty pictures on the internet. What were you saying?
Oh, there we go. So this is we've gone from tense story to a bit of drunken singing to, well, it's on, isn't it? It's on. Is it ramming the side of the boat here? Is that what
it
we're
is?
seeing?
Yeah, it's slamming it.
And he's instantly sobers up here, isn't he? Oh shit, the fire. And they lost power, yeah.
Yeah, they lost power.
They cut the power.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the power, man. The goddamn animals.
And Quint goes a bit crazy here, doesn't he? He's trying to drink for the barrel, folks.
It's hard to kill a shark with bullets. You've got to hit it right in the right spot, like you've got to get it in the brain or something. Because they don't have a skeleton. The skeleton is made of cartilage. The only bone is the jaws. And with the old sharks, the only fossil they find are the teeth. There's no other bone on a shark. And it's very difficult to hit something vital. It's very hard to kill it like with one hit. If you don't get lucky and like hit the brain or something, then it's going to make no difference.
Okay,
it might die a few days later, but it's not going to die then and there.
Who saw this? The Spielberg trademark.
I don't know whether that was put. I don't think that was put in. I think that was actually happened on the day. I'm not sure though.
The meteor.
They don't mention that in any of the books I've read behind the scenes stuff. They don't mention this at all.
Thing is, it looked when I was doing
animated.
The stills, it did look animated, and I know that it did one in Close Encounters as well.
Well, that was special effects. I don't know what this was. I really don't. So I don't know.
Yeah, but what are the chances of that happening? It's got to be a special effect.
I don't know. As I said, it doesn't mention in any of the stuff that I've read.
Yeah.
And I've read quite a lot on Jaws.
God, last time I saw a red skid mark, I just eaten a vindaloo.
Because it's an interesting. The power dynamic is interesting because it's Quint's boat, but Brody's the chief of police in the community who should technically be in charge. So you've always got this push and pull where it's never quite certain who's in charge.
Well,
and that's
before
always
they
been a
went
great
on,
element.
he said he was the
his
captain,
boat.
didn't he?
It's his boat.
It's his boat, yeah. So they all agreed, didn't they? So.
Yeah. But the guy who's in charge, ostensibly the captain, is kind of psychologically disintegrating, and so
Yes.
that's the great power dynamic.
Yeah.
He's having his Ahab moment.
Oh, this is the bit where he gets his hand cut, doesn't he?
Is this the shark or is this just the barrel?
Well, it's the shark. The shark.
Right.
It's connected to the shark, isn't it? 'Cause
Right.
They try to pull it in,
drink
don't
of
they?
it.
Because the idea is to actually drill the barrels in and then secure the rope and then drive into land so they can drown it. That's the plan. But obviously it didn't work.
Here you go, folks. Gavin Blackburn, who I love, wrenched. I used to be a security guard working outdoors at night. You see a lot of shooting stars.
Nice
Vic
little
Reeves,
sight there.
Vic Reeves, Ulrika Johnson.
Ga, ga.
Yeah.
Oh, ga, ga, ga.
The thing is, though, even if they did have that plan, that boat wasn't strong enough to pull that fucking shark anyway.
No.
Was
No,
it? You know what I mean?
no.
It's crazy.
And the things he's referencing there, the things on board that'll kill it.
Yes.
That's the propane tanks, or whatever they are, is it? Is
No,
it?
he has it's the injection with the
that's
poison,
right.
isn't
That's
it?
right,
Yeah.
What poison would kill a shark then?
I don't know. He knows. Hooper knows. I don't know.
COVID. It's pure COVID. Oh,
Drink, everybody.
That's... Would you better ask Echo this question?
He's
Everyone
gone for a
else
coffee.
Oh, okay. We'll have to go for Melvin. You'll see why I went Echo and then Melvin. Would you describe that as English teeth there, Melvin?
British teeth.
Yeah, we go back to this again. It's definitely a Janus Street portal, without a doubt.
It's a bit gummy, isn't it? Is it receding gums or advancing gums? I don't know.
Gingivitis.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Brutal.
Swappers, what are you banging?
No, it's my mic. It's my mic.
Stay shift.
Oh, yes. This is where it's going to make a phone
Oh, this
call.
one's losing his shit, isn't it?
Yeah. He's terrified.
Yeah, he shits it, doesn't he? Mayday, Orca, Coast Guard, anyone, help! And he just
smashes the radio. Yeah.
Boom. I mean, he doesn't really give him any warning, does he? Just
No.
bam, have that. I did think, I remember watching this as a kid. I did think Brody was gonna, they were gonna get into it, full on sex right here.
What, with the baseball bats?
Excuse me, Chief.
Ah, it's not brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Nice one, Obi.
It was Vietnam anyway.
Also, in those days, right? I'm assuming that they didn't have a monitor when they were shooting stuff because they were literally out, in the boat. So they had to be really careful not to have reflections in the windows if they're looking that way with a camera. Do you know what I mean? So it just goes to show that they're real experts at what they do. Because you would, it's the camera's pointing directly at them. so you don't see. There's nothing there. So that's cool.
Do you think they might have cleaned it up afterwards and got rid of the reflection?
Nah, well, in those days they couldn't, could they? So,
Mudcrab says, Wrench, by the way, see the rails outside the window. They're not in all shots. Did they have multiple boats?
I think, did they not have two? I'm not sure.
Oh.
I think they had two.
I did. Sorry to go. Just
Close.
bear with me, but just sorry to do this. Yeah, in some shots the lettering on orcas stands out a lot, and other shots it barely stands out. You know.
Well, it did take a year to shoot, though, didn't it? So, I mean, it was probably nice and new in some shots, and then as it went along, you know. So,
oof, here we go.
I always thought he was going to fall off that when I first saw it.
Yeah, there is, isn't it?
Yeah,
but he pins it again, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Gives it another barrel.
Yeah, another barrel, and off it goes.
As I said, that boat didn't stand a chance against a shark of that size. But Quint's so arrogant and such an egomaniac.
And they're going full pelt now, aren't they?
Mm.
With an already damaged boat. I mean, there's no way they're keeping up with the shark, is there? These things are built to...
The thing is, though, it's going away from shore, and what they want it to do is they want to make it come towards shore so they can drown it. But the plan's not working.
Oh, drink.
Whoa. Great shot again. I mean, obviously, you know, in the still, it's looking a little bit plasticky, but
I don't know. I think it looks great. Yeah.
You know, it's not meant to be seen in a still, is it?
No.
Yeah. Brody getting old TJ Hooker on us here.
So something I was thinking about. They said they were going to take it into the shallow water and drown it. How's he going to drown it? Is he going to hold his head under the water?
No. So what they do is they, if it was any other shark, obviously if it was a smaller shark, they would put barrels on it, and then they will grab the barrels and they will tie it to the boat, and then the boat would drive in. So they'll bring it out of the water, so the boat will drive in. Do you know what I mean? And they maybe pick up people to pull the shark even more towards the shallow end, and that's how they drown it. But that shark's bigger than the boat. Do you know what I mean? How are they going to do that?
So in the book, Mega, apparently the shark just dies of exhaustion.
I think they drowned. I can't remember the end of the book, but didn't they drown it at the end?
Well, the story goes is that in the book it dies of exhaustion, and then the author, when he came onto the set, he saw that what they were trying to do with the scene with the shooting the thing in its mouth, and they had to drag him off the set because he was so pissed off about how they changed the ending.
Spielberg. Everybody told Spielberg that's not what happens when you shoot the canister; that it won't blow up. And Spielberg was like, I don't give a shit. Do you know what I mean? I want a big explosion at the end. And so that's what I'm going to get. And that's what they gave him. So, and he was right as well.
Oh, he's absolutely right. It has to be an explosion because you got so much wound up tension that you need that cathartic release of that moment.
Yeah.
There's the plan, isn't it? Lead it into shore. But
to drown it.
Robert Shaw, yeah.
Instead of leading it out to sea.
Yeah, but they both know that that's a crap plan, but they're both scared of Quint, aren't they? I mean, Hooper knows this is not going to work. It's not going to work. How is that going to work?
Don't know.
See, because what they're thinking now is that the shark is tired. It's got 3 barrels in it, so that's why it stopped. So yeah, now we can tie the barrels to the. Oh, this is where he's crashed as well, doesn't he?
Groaning.
Yeah.
Does that remind you of that time you went to that brothel in Leeds, Brownie? You had the old BDSM treatment on the arse.
Yeah, I did get a bad rope burn on the old crack. Yeah.
Oh,
gets him out of it.
So are we at the tipping point now? Mega. So what is the point of no turning back? Is it pretty much now where things are just sort of collapsed and disintegrated?
Well, So basically, Quint still thinks that he can drown the shark, and Hooper knows better, and obviously everybody's doubting him, and he does, and that's when the boat blows up because it can't take it anymore. You know, if they can't drag that thing, that thing is 50. How big was it? I can't remember. But huge.
Double drink, everybody.
And that's why the boat blew up, because it couldn't take it anymore.
It's a great shot, that one. They caught it when the fish was just stepping on a Lego.
Ow!
You got a super chat there, Brown.
Yeah. John Z. Oh no,
Mega Spider-Man Match 5-0. Howdy lads, howdy. Any news on Revenge of the Sith stream? No news. To all, fave Robert Shaw film plus why not?
Oh
yeah, taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3. Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3.
You like that better than this?
No, I like Jaws better than Taking a Pelham, but his performance in Taking a Pelham was absolutely brilliant. And in The Sting, he was brilliant in The Sting as well. He had that Irish accent. It's really terrific.
Always good in war films as well.
Yeah.
I'll go Dam Busters.
Was he in the Dam Busters?
He wasn't in that one.
You thinking Battle of the Bulge?
Am I?
You fucked, yes.
I know he's in something war
Who's
related.
eating crisps?
Well, you know, you get peckish after you've had half a bottle of rum, Brown.
Okay.
It's not me, by the way. Anyone else? The Mega Spidey Man, he's paid some good money. Has he got his good answers?
Jaws, can't beat it. But
yeah,
he was a good actor. He played more or less the same character in The Deep, didn't he?
Yeah, but as I said, right, in The Sting, he had that Irish accent and he had the limp and all that, and he was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So that performance was great. If you've ever seen The Sting, that is.
No, I haven't. It was before my time, really, that film. I never really got around to watching it.
Really good film. If you ever get a chance to watch it, it's a terrific movie.
Mm.
Great twist at the end as well.
Oh, excellent.
Paul Newman and Robert Redford and Robert Shaw.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Look at this. Is Echo back with us now? Is he still making coffee?
No, I'm back, yeah.
Oh, you're back. Well, we've got you now, Echo. Would you say the shark is a good representation of British teeth?
Well, there's too many of them. They're largely all intact. They're too white. And they can actually penetrate food without causing aches and pains. So, no.
Yeah. So, no.
Another super chat. Mega Spider-Man Wrench 2-0. Thank you, both. Fave Roy Scheider film, and why that?
They asked. This is the same questions they asked last week.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
He's paying though, isn't he?
Oh, okay.
he's a pain.
2010, mate.
Oh, that's a good film.
Yeah, he's really good in that.
He's another one who's just a really good actor. He was good in everything. Performance-wise, I mean, this is my favourite film with Roy Scheider in it, but probably not my favourite performance. Probably my favourite performance would be The Fourth War.
Oh, yeah. What's that one where he drives the truck over the bridge and all that? I can't remember what that film. I think it was directed by William Friedkin. No, William Friedkin. It was.
Oh no, that wasn't him. That was Chris Christopherson. That was what you call Convoy.
Oh, was it?
Convoy.
Oh no. There was one where it was very controversial. He was driving a truck from I don't know. But it's directed by William Friedkin. No, it's not. It's not directed by William Friedkin. Anyone can look that up. He was good in that.
Yeah, Convoy was Sam Peckinpah.
Dead and Buried. Sorcerer.
That's it.
The Sorcerer, yeah. Oh, I uploaded that on Rumble a couple of days ago.
My favourite Roy Scheider film for Mega Spider-Man is got to be Jaws: The Revenge.
Yeah, the Sorcerer is the one when they're delivering the lorry load of nitroglycerin.
Didn't you like him ruin in the Battle of Britain or Sink the Bismarck?
Yeah, it's one of those. Saving Private Ryan, something.
Very partial to Blue Thunder.
Sounds like
Marathon Man. He was great in that.
Yeah.
Brownie, we always go to you for the follicular.
I know. I was just waiting. I was sat here waiting. I just sat.
Quint, we know he dies, so that's a shame. But what would you recommend there? Should he sweep that back and try and cover it up with a bit of boot polish? How would you deal with that situation?
I think he's got enough hair to do a bit of a sweep back. Yeah.
Sweep it back, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know the other talking of bonnets, Hooper, he went bald later in life, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about Roy Scheider. He looks like he's got a decent head of hair, Roy Scheider.
No, Roy Schneider had a full head of hair even when he was later in life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Robert Shaw here has more hair than a young Tom Hanks.
Yeah. Oh, getting tense. And he's pulling the boat backwards, isn't he? It's
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying.
This.
So that it pulls the boat around, doesn't it? And then that's when they had to let it go, didn't they? Had to cut the lines.
That's very London, isn't it? With a big machete.
Because it would have brought the boat down, wouldn't it? So they had to cut the lines. They had to cut it free.
Oh, a drink, by the way.
See, Orca in nice bold letters at the back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brownie, rumor has it you're on Rumble tonight. Is that right?
No,
Oh.
not transmitting. But I think we've got a plan that we might do something on Rumble.
Okay.
If you've got a Rumble account, folks, I would appreciate a subscription over there, please.
If you don't have a Rumble account, set one up and give them a subscription. Yeah, is that good advice?
It is, yes.
Yeah. See, it's a rare
Apparently,
thing.
Rumble is where the cool kids go. Apparently, in future.
Have you got TikTok yet, Brown? Have you got a Brown Lions TikTok?
Yeah, I don't want China to know all my personal data. Thank you very much.
Well, if it's too late for me, as Darth Vader once said, I've got a Huawei phone, so I'm already screwed. Never mind.
Right.
Anyway, back to the movie. Brown, maybe you could cue me for an appropriate time, because sadly we're not going to wrap this week, but that's okay. We're enjoying it at a nice pace, so maybe if there's a point where you'd like to pause. And we're right in the middle of a tense scene. I suggest we keep just...
I think we could do 3 hours. Are you willing to go to 3? Or is it too late for you?
I've been up since 6 a.m, Brown. Jesus Christ. So,
Don't be a girl, Rune. Don't be such a girl. I didn't go to bed at 4 o'clock and I was up again at 7.
So let's have a fucking day job, Brown.
And I've been doing push-ups all day long. I've done like 9,000 push-ups since 7 o'clock.
I think this needs just like a nice little extra 1.5 hour little stream, just as a separate one, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was
okay.
thinking.
If we can fit it in before next Wednesday, then.
Before next Wednesday?
Yeah, because I have plans for.
Why? What's next Wednesday?
I was maybe thinking of doing either Matrix or something else.
We'll do that the following Wednesday.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll figure it out.
Because this is right at the moment of no return, right, Mega?
Yeah.
There's still they could still feasibly get back to shore. They could still feasibly rally. The
2 hours
situation.
then. 2 hours.
Yeah.
Radio's still working.
So we're coming back then.
We're coming back. Yeah. We're coming back, Brown. You can't rush these things.
Have you ever done this before? No. This is when he realizes this is serious, isn't it?
This is getting serious. This is serious. Celine Dion. Oh.
There you go.
Whoa, that's
perfect.
almost over, isn't it? Wow.
That's what I'm saying. So even with everything that has happened, Quint was still an arsehole and still think he could, you know what I mean? He's such a twat.
Oh, look at that, everybody.
He could have saved his own life.
Going to sign on.
Yeah, well, you got to hold your horses there, Brownie, because we got to save up this good material for the next one.
Well, do we call it at this rather tense moment, Brown, or There it is. Decision made at 1:59.
There you go, folks. First time I was up for it. But
He's popped
okay.
his blue pill and he was right forward.
So is that it then, folks? Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've got all the slides already ready, so no extra work on your end.
Okay.
Just let it marinate, Brown. Let it marinate.
Okay, I think that's it, folks. Real life for members for the main man. So that is it, folks. Thank you for the interaction, the supers, and Star Trek on Friday. We'll sort that out. I might start that again. Okay. Chat, you are wonderful. We will see you next time. Let's get the guests up. From his building shelves in Leicester, Star Wars Retold. Cheers, mate.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to the panel. Look forward to doing it again next week when the quest for getting cancelled for saying the words "Great White" continues.
The wonderful Melvin Deeply.
Nay bother, Brune.
Genuinely great to have this person on. It is. And he gave us a song as well. The wonderful Echo Chamberlain. Cheers, Echo.
Well, yeah, the highlights for me were the stuff happening in the background. We had some people asking for curry, the strange reverberant voices in the background, and then you had some weird, fuzzy, distorted feedback thing. So those were the highlights for me. Those were great.
Yeah.
Great to have you on, mate.
Cool, man.
Mega Geek. Cheers, Ian.
Yeah, no worries.
And last but by no means least, it is
Roundhead.
And look, I can't do this on my own. So with the help of the panel, there's only one way to wrap up the show. Thank you, common people. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum.
You're all drunk.
Mr. Sandman, give me a blowjob. Bum, 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 make it the sweetest. Your toothy gob. Bum, bum, bum. With British teeth, with gaps in the middle. Make it all sloppy. Just how Kathy likes it, Mr. Sandman. But we still live.
It'll only cost you a $5. You'll be slathered in gooey saliva.
Carry on.
Make it brownie.